So in the next 1 hour or so, what I plan to do is we'll talk about the technique of meditation and how to meditate, and basically what to think when you sit in meditation, what's the right posture and all of those, because we've had questions around this. Although the technique is only necessary in the beginning, just to sort of initiate, and then after some time it just becomes very natural, so you don't have to depend on the technique forever. But it's just vital in the beginning, because if you understand the technique well, then you start to meditate correctly, right from the beginning, and then it becomes natural. Because otherwise also, when I think of meditation, I think it's a process of connecting to the self. So connecting to something that is already there. I am not really asking God to give me something that I don't have, or it's not about filling in something that I'm missing out on. It is just emerging something that is already within, and something that I have forgotten for a long time. And that is why, I don't know if you observed, for those of you who have been here for the first time, did you enjoy the silence in the atmosphere? Yeah. सेशंस तो चलो अच्छा ही था, और उसमें कुछ बातें अच्छी लगी होगी, कुछ नई भी समझ आई होंगी, but overall the silence in the atmosphere, did that feel sweet? Yes. Have you ever wondered why? Because it is who I am. When I get close to my own self in some way or the other, and that's why we all like nature. Do you all like nature? And नेचर में ऐसी आकर्षण है कि छोटा बच्चा भी उसको देख के खुश होता है, बुजुर्ग भी उसको देख के खुश होता है, यंग होगा उसको भी अच्छा लगता है. And have you wondered why? What is it about nature that makes it so attractive? Yeah, because there is this, even though you hear the birds chirping and all of that, silence does not mean just physical silence, but there is that stillness when you go to nature, because of the ability of nature to be so present. If you look outside, there are a variety of trees, and each tree is different, but they don't really think that how can I be better than the other tree. So the green leaf doesn't think that I wish I was brown, or the brown leaf doesn't think that I wish I was green. So because they're free from all of these memories, like you and me, unlike you and me, they're able to be so present. And that presence makes them very attractive, because they're natural, they're their own self. So similarly, when we be close to our own self, and which is what we call as being present, it increases, enhances the beauty that lies within. And silence is the original nature of the self, and which is why it is so attractive to all of us. And meditation is this process of emerging that silence in a very natural way and bringing it to daily life. So it's not like a thing that you would do for 10 minutes in the morning and then forget about it. But it's more about a meditative lifestyle. It becomes a part of your lifestyle, which means that even if you're not really, after a certain while, even if you're not really taking out time and sitting in meditation for 15 minutes every day, even if you don't do that, but yet you're so naturally connected to yourself that silence is emerged, that is meditative lifestyle. But to get there, we have a technique and a process and a method of how to do it. So I thought I'll spend some time talking about the technique of meditation, which will be useful, right? So the first thing to do is, when we sit in meditation, the mind needs to be relatively silent to be able to experience. Have you ever noticed that whenever you're having an experience, whatever experience it might be, it could be also an experience triggered by the physical, which we call as pleasure. But even then, that is an experience. Maybe you're eating something that you really like and you're really enjoying it, or you're spending time with somebody you really love and you're enjoying their company. Whatever experience you're going through, or it could also be, it's the same in the case of negative experiences also. When you're going through a lot of fear, at the moment that you're having an experience, your mind is not thinking. You think about it later. That experience then gets translated and is recorded like a memory inside, and then you keep recalling it again and again. And that becomes the foundation, the reference point in the mind for further thinking, you know. So if you, for example, you have an experience in Mount Abu. So right now, at this moment, when you are having this experience of peace or silence or whatever, it is just an experience. You're not thinking about it at the same time. And then what you do is, what the mind does is, it will translate it as a memory, and then you go back and you keep recalling that memory, and you keep saying to yourself, oh, wo bahut acha tha, bahut acha tha. Abhi fir waise karna hai. You know, so then there's that desire to go back to that good experience. But at the moment of having the experience, the mind is not thinking, because thinking and experiencing cannot happen simultaneously. You know, in order to experience, maybe initially you have some thoughts, so that the mind starts generating thoughts in that direction. But in the moment of experience, the mind is silent. So because meditation is all about experience, it is an experiential process. So I don't know if process is the right word, but I'm just using it so that you understand. And so it's important to quieten the mind, relatively. The mind cannot be completely free of thoughts, because thinking is a natural function of the mind. But what we try and do is reduce the speed of thoughts in the mind, and then try to redirect it in a positive direction, in the direction that we want our experience to be. So the first step is, when we sit in meditation, if I tell my mind that, okay, now is the time to meditate, so let me be quiet, it is not quite so obedient that it listens to me so fast. No? And you tell your mind, okay, don't think of the pink elephant, and all you think of is the pink elephant. उस तरीके का एक tendency बन गया है. So what we do is, we focus on our breathing, because the speed of your breathing is directly proportional to the speed of the thoughts in the mind. So when you sit in meditation, it helps to be aware of your breathing, and just focus your attention on your breathing. Take deep breaths. गहरी सांस लेना, छोड़ना, सांस लेना, छोड़ना. अगर हम 3-4 बार ये करते हैं, देन धीरे 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 हम ये महसूस करेंगे कि माइंड के अंदर जो थॉट्स की स्पीड है, वो धीरे धीरे कम होती जाती है. एंड व्हेन द स्पीड ऑफ थॉट्स इन द माइंड is reduced, the mind begins to become quiet and relaxed, you know. So that's the first step. It's like ground preparation before you even start to meditate. Once that is done, you are completely relaxed. The body and the mind is relaxed. You don't have, there might be a few thoughts here and there, but essentially, because your attention is on your breathing, you're not really thinking so much about those thoughts. So even if they do arise, you're not really very aware about them. So which is fine. Now, when the mind and the body are relaxed, then you start off by asking yourself, who am I? You know, that's the first step. Like Sister Denise yesterday very beautifully said, that you need to first become detached from the body when you ask that question of how to take power. And she said you need to detach yourself from the body, consider yourself to be a soul, and then connect to God. That is very important. That's the first step that we've been missing out, even for those amongst us who have been connecting to God regularly otherwise. But what we've missed out is considering ourselves to be a soul. You know, it's like this wire which has this rubber coating. So this rubber coating is a bad conductor. So if I try to insert this into a socket like that, it will not conduct. So I need to remove the rubber coating, और फिर वो जो अंदर की तार उस पॉइंट के साथ कनेक्ट हो जाएगा, तब वहाँ से सप्लाई उसको मिलती है, and the energy starts to flow. Similarly, the identification that the mind has created with this body, which is so natural because I'm always in the body. I can't really separate myself. And then with roles, relationships, whatever, is so strong that it's almost like bad conductor. It blocks the energy from the Supreme Source. So then what happens is, it's very one-sided. I find myself just calling out to God and asking Him to give me this, but don't really experience the power that I need to. And so that's the difference between puja or performing a particular ritual and meditation. In meditation, what we do is, the first step before I even connect to God is to understand that I am a being. So mentally, I detach myself from the body and consider myself to be a soul. So that rubber coating is removed and I am myself, pure being, you know. Now in that state, I experience myself to be pure, peaceful. So we give these thoughts to the mind at that point, that I am a peaceful soul. Peace is my nature. I radiate peace. I am a loving soul. Love is my nature. तो थोड़े समय तक उस अनुभव में हम अपने आप को स्थित करने की कोशिश करते हैं. That is step 2. उसमें भी अगर कोई बीच बीच में थॉट्स आ जाता है तो कोई हर्जा नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार कोई थॉट आ गया, डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गए, तो all I need to do is just gently bring myself back on track. And that's why we have these commentaries, because the commentary keeps going. Even if you get distracted, you can bring back and come on track, you know. So these commentaries, that's why they help us initially. And then the third step, once I am in that seat of considering myself to be the soul and in that experience, and then the third step is to connect to God. And there are multiple ways of doing that. One is what Sister Denise conducted yesterday, is to, you know, imagine or visualize yourself to fly out of the body and then go up above and meet the point of light. The other way of doing it is be where you are, because sometimes that becomes a little difficult to get yourself out of here, you know. So then the other way is to just be seated where you are and just visualize a point of light in front of you and imagine or visualize taking light energy from that point. That's an easier way to start off with, and then of course it becomes very natural later on. So yes, this technique of meditation uses this very powerful tool called as visualization. Yeah, because that's the way we are. We are conditioned. Like somebody yesterday asked that question, that only when I see I can believe, you know. And that is why this technique of visualization helps us to create pictures in the mind through which the mind facilitates the process of experience, you know. That is why visualization is important in the beginning. And once I get the taste of that experience and I know how it feels, then I don't need visualization, I don't need commentary, I don't even need to follow any standard structures. It just becomes very natural. Okay, so this is the basic technique of meditation, and then of course it's very creative. As you start doing it, you will experience how creative it can get. Okay, so for the next few minutes, can we practice a little bit? Yes, just these 3 steps. Pehla step, relaxation. फोकस ऑन योर ब्रीदिंग. गहरी सांस लेना, सांस छोड़ना. 3-4 बार हम ये करेंगे. फिर उसके बाद अपने को आत्मा समझ, क्योंकि राजयोग की डेफिनेशन ही ये है, योगा मीन्स टू कनेक्ट, योग मीन्स टू सेपरेट. एंड राजयोगा की अगर हम 1 लाइन में डेफिनेशन पूछें तो वो ये है कि अपने को आत्मा समझ निराकार परमात्मा से संबंध जोड़ने की विधि, उसको राजयोग कहते हैं. सो दैट फर्स्ट स्टेप इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो देन once the mind and the body is relaxed, the second step is I ask myself, who am I? You know, and then I give myself these auto-suggestions. Auto-suggestions means suggesting to the self that I am a beautiful point of light energy. I am the soul seated at the center of the forehead. I am peaceful, I am loving, and try to go into that experience for some time. And then the third step is I emerge this beautiful point of light, God Almighty, the universal source of energy in front of me, and I draw energy and power from God. Yeah? So very simple 3 steps. So let's try to do it for the next 10 minutes. And sit still. And you can sit in whatever position that is comfortable. I'll talk about this a little while later. But you can sit with feet down if that's more comfortable. And if you want to sit with feet up, even that's fine. But make sure your backbone is straight and your body is relaxed. And don't hold on to anything. Gently become aware of your breathing and focus your attention on your breathing as you very gently breathe in and breathe out. Breathing is the most natural function of the human body. However, we are seldom even aware of it. So let's take a few moments to just be with ourselves. And focus our attention completely on our breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Take deep breaths in a very natural way. Breathe in and let go. Breathe in and let go. As you breathe in, allow oxygen to enter into every cell of the body. And as you breathe out, let go of any tension, fear, or any blockage within that you have been holding on to. Just let it go. Don't think about it, just let it go. Breathe in and breathe out. This is my time and space to be seated just with myself in this beautiful, tranquil atmosphere, in the lap of nature, where everything around me is so natural and so present. And so am I, absolutely in the now, in the present moment. Gently keep breathing and keep your attention focused on your breathing. The mind and the body gradually begin to relax. Now ask yourself, who am I? And what is my true identity? Behind all the masks that I wear, behind all the roles that I play, I realize that I am just a being, separate from the body, yet within this body. The energy that runs this body, the living force that animates this entity called the body. See yourself to be that beautiful, radiant, sparkling being of energy at the center of the forehead. I am peace, and peace is my true nature. As I connect to myself as this being of peace, I am able to experience the inner peace. I don't have to search for it. I don't have to ask for it, because peace is who I really am, my true nature. Take a moment to be connected to this deep sense of inner peace. I experience the rays of peace emerging from myself and spreading all around into the atmosphere. making it more tranquil and peaceful and silent. At this moment, notice that I'm completely at peace with myself, though I'm still aware of the noises outside, and I'm still aware of the thoughts in my mind, and yet there is this experience of inner peace, which is much deeper and more powerful than anything outside. Just be seated in this experience for a few minutes. Om Shanti. We only did the first step because we will do the second step again gradually, but I thought it was good to take step. Were you able to connect? Yes, yes, yes. What happened? For those of you who were not able to connect, what happened? Were there thoughts? You don't have to keep your eyes open. You can keep your eyes closed if you feel better. I'll talk about that also a little while later. Yeah, so you can keep your eyes closed. You were trying to keep your eyes open, and that's why probably you got a little distracted because your attention was more focused on trying to keep your eyes open and then connect. So it was double work for the mind. Yeah, so you don't need to necessarily keep your eyes open. In the beginning, you can keep your eyes closed. I'll explain that a little bit later, that why we keep our eyes open, but that's fine. Yeah, that, I don't know, this question came up on day one also, and I don't know if it was Balabai. But that's fine, because initially, even if you do feel sleepy, it's because the mind is so tired. And, so even a little bit of relaxation and rest will put you to sleep. It's good. It's a good sign, because then once, that वो जो deprivation है, वो जब पूरा हो जाता है, then the mind becomes refreshed again. So it's okay. Initially, of course, you don't program yourself to go to sleep. But then if it happens naturally, then that's okay. And you'll get over it. You can't really do anything about it. It'll automatically be okay as you practice. Some of you might have had thoughts. Yeah. So for those of us who are thinkers and who have this tendency to think, yes, it's quite possible that when you go into silence, sometimes even more thoughts come, and sometimes they're totally unrelated to what's going on here, which is fine. What happens when you do that? I mean, if that happens, if you get distracted and carried away with your thoughts, all you need to tell yourself is, let me think about this after 3 minutes. That's all. Don't try to control the thoughts, because that won't work. Mostly what happens is हम डर जाते हैं कि अरे इतने सारे विचार आ रहे हैं, मैं तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा, ये मेरे को पता था. We start to have these kind of thoughts in addition to what is already going on inside, and you get totally distracted and carried away. So, or you try to tell yourself, no, I shouldn't be thinking this. I should be concentrating. So वो अंदर ही अंदर वो युद्ध चलता रहता है. कि एक तरफ मन इतना खींच रहा है वहाँ पे, और हम अपने आप को नहीं, मुझे यहाँ रहना है. तो वो युद्ध में समय निकल जाता है. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दैट, जस्ट टेल योर माइंड. जैसे बच्चे को हम समझाते हैं ना, बच्चा को छोड़ो, कोई बड़ा भी होगा, यहाँ पर अगर हम बैठे हैं और अब आपको अगले आधे घंटे तक यहाँ बैठना है, कोई बाहर से आपको इशारा करे कि ज़रा उठ के बाहर आओ, और आपको यहाँ बैठना है और आपको मालूम है उसका काम इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, दैट कैन वेट फॉर हाफ एन आवर, आप क्या कहेंगे? उसको आप बोलेंगे ना कि आधे घंटे के बाद मैं आती हूँ, और अगर आपने प्यार से उसको रिक्वेस्ट किया तो वो आपकी बात मान जाएंगे, मान जाएंगे, मान जाएंगे, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, ये हम हमेशा ही करते हैं। इसी तरह से अगर वो दूसरा व्यक्ति हमारी बात मान सकता है और इतना सहज मान सकता है, तो हमारा अपना मन भी हमारी बात मान सकता है। लेकिन क्या है, हमने उसको कभी भी इस रूप से कह के नहीं देखा। हम या तो उसको बहुत कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करते हैं कि नहीं 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 नहीं, तुझे ये नहीं सोचना है, तो नहीं सोचना है मतलब वो ज़रूर वहाँ ही जाएगा, बिकॉज बाय नेचर वो बहुत इंक्विजिटिव है। जैसे बच्चे को बोलो ना वहाँ नहीं देखो, तो जब तक वो नहीं देखेगा तो उसको तसल्ली नहीं होगी, वो वहाँ ही देखने की कोशिश करेगा। द सेम थिंग हैपन्स विद द माइंड ऑल्सो, सो दैट डजंट वर्क। फिर हम क्या करते हैं, जब कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करके हार जाते हैं, नहीं कंट्रोल होता है, तो फिर हम सोचते हैं मन तो घोड़ा है, वो तो जहाँ जाए चला जाए, तो फिर उसको पूरा ही फ्री छोड़ देते हैं। वो कहीं भी जा कर के पूरी वर्ल्ड टूर करके वापस आ सकता है 1 घंटे के अंदर, 1 घंटा क्या 5 मिनट के अंदर, आपको भी नहीं पता चलेगा, है ना। तो both these approaches are inappropriate, and the appropriate approach towards mastering the mind is to have a balance, is to try talking to the mind, self talk, that tell your mind कि इसके बारे में, this thought is not very important and I need not think about it right now, so let's think about it after 3 minutes. Yeah, so don't say that I don't have to think about it, then that is too much for it to digest. But you tell the mind कि hold on, just wait for 3 minutes and I'll think about it after 3 minutes, and bring your mind back. So this is a technique when we start talking to the mind. Of course, it happens eventually. It doesn't happen in one day. But then what happens is you start understanding your mind, and the mind starts to listen to you, and it becomes your friend. It's like making your mind your friend, so that it starts to listen to you, and then it starts to cooperate. It's a great tool that we've been blessed with, but it's just that, just like every scientific invention has advantages and disadvantages to it, so it's the same thing with the mind. There's so much energy inside, but if it's not channelized and used in the right way, then it becomes destructive. Overthinking is destructive. So that is why, to start off with, try talking to the mind and try to bring it back, right? And of course it happens with practice. Some of you were able to experience, while some of you were not, but that's fine, because we're all at different levels, and it's not like good or bad, or somebody is ahead, somebody is behind. Har ek ka apna apna level hai, and it'll happen gradually by practice. It's like when you learn to drive or when you learn to swim, we all take our own time to learn. Some people can learn to swim in a day, and for some it takes a month probably. But once you've learned how to swim, then you don't forget. It is just very natural. You jump into the water and you start swimming. तो ऐसे ही चाहे ड्राइविंग हो, आप किसी को 1 हफ्ता लग सकता है, किसी को महीना भी लग सकता है, किसी को साल भी लग सकता है सीखने में, लेकिन एक बार सीख लिया और फिर अगर रोज़ गाड़ी चला रहे हैं, फिर वो नेचुरल हो जाता है. यू गेट इनटू द कार एंड देन यू डोंट हैव टू थिंक एनी मोर व्हाट टू डू, हाउ टू कंट्रोल इट. इट जस्ट बिकम्स वेरी नेचुरल. इट्स द सेम थिंग विथ मेडिटेशन. किसी को 2 दिन लग सकते हैं, किसी को हफ्ता लग सकता है, किसी को महीना लग सकता है, बट दैट इज़ फाइन. अल्टीमेटली वो होना ही है, बिकॉज इट इज़ कनेक्टिंग विथ योर ट्रू सेल्फ, एंड यू कांट बी अवे फ्रॉम योर सेल्फ फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. The very reason that you are here is the fact that there is something inside that is wanting to go back to that original self. And that is why you came here. 4 दिन की छुट्टी, आप कहीं और भी जा सकते थे, लेकिन what made you come here is the fact that there is something inside that's now searching, seeking and wanting to be with that true nature of yours. So it'll happen. It's just a question of time. And practice karte, 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 that is the key. Bottom line is regularity with these things. Because if you learn it, have a good experience, go back, don't do anything about it, then you'll come back next year again and say that, okay, I had a good experience last year and I'm looking forward to have that experience again. That's it. But then it doesn't really work for you. So if you do it regularly, then it becomes natural and it'll happen, right? So that was a little bit, yeah. You have a question? नहीं, बहुत एकदम ऐसा स्ट्रेन करके भी नहीं बैठना है. अगेन आई कम टू दैट ऑल्सो. आप जिस पोजिशन में कंफर्टेबल फील करते हैं ना, उस पोजिशन में बैठो. आप पीछे टेक सकते हैं, बट सिर्फ बैकबोन स्ट्रेट का मतलब है एकदम ऐसे हम कई बार स्टूप करके बैठते हैं, तो वो ना हो, हम ऐसे बैठे, लेकिन अगर आपने पीछे सपोर्ट लिया दैट इज़ फाइन. सो यू डोंट हैव टू गिव एनी स्ट्रेन टू एनी पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी, बिकॉज नहीं तो फिर आपका सारा अटेंशन, जैसे आपने कहा बैक पेन पे चला गया, किसी को घुटनों में दर्द है तो वो वहाँ ही कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो जाएगा. तो जो आपको पोजिशन कंफर्टेबल लगता है आप उस पोजिशन पे बैठ सकते हैं. ठीक है. So that is about a little bit about the technique in the sense of what you do. Yeah. Yeah. I'll come to all of those things now in a short while. The other thing is, in order to connect, there's something जिसको हम कहते हैं आधार, राजयोग के ये आधार हैं. तो in this process of meditation, there are basically 4 things that keep you connected. The first thing is introduction. When you want to connect to anybody, you need to know them first. The first step is always you introduce, and normally we hand over our visiting card or we briefly tell who we are, what we do. इसी तरह से अपने आप के साथ संबंध जोड़ने के लिए और परमात्मा के साथ संबंध भी तब जुड़ सकता है जब उसका यथार्थ परिचय हो, इंट्रोडक्शन हो, जब ये क्लैरिटी हो कि मैं कौन हूँ. एटलीस्ट थियोरटिकली तो ये समझ में आ जाना चाहिए, तब जा कर के हम कनेक्शन जोड़ सकते हैं. अगर वो ही क्लियर नहीं है तो फिर हम घूमते ही रहेंगे अंदर. तो मैं कौन और परमात्मा कौन. तो इसीलिए इन 2 दिनों के अंदर सिस्टर शिवानी ने और सिस्टर डिनीस ने बहुत सुंदर तरीके से हमें स्वयं का और परमात्मा का परिचय दिया. बट इंट्रोडक्शन इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ एनी रिलेशनशिप. इट डजंट एंड देयर. Suppose we come here to Mount Abu and I met you, you met me. We got briefly introduced to each other, right? Now, after, say, for the whole year, we didn't connect at all. Yeah. Now, after a year, if I have to connect with you, I wouldn't even remember who you are. Or I would have to strain myself to remember कि हाँ, और बहुत याद करने के बाद थोड़ा थोड़ा याद आएगा कि हाँ वो शायद मिले थे, शायद उनका ये नाम था. क्योंकि परिचय तो हो गया, लेकिन परिचय के बाद आगे कुछ हुआ नहीं. तो इसी तरह से अब यहाँ पर आप आए हैं तो बहनों के द्वारा आपको परिचय मिला, मैं कौन, मेरा पिता कौन. नाउ द सेकेंड स्टेप फॉर अ रिलेशनशिप टू एक्चुअली एग्जिस्ट इज, जिसको कहते हैं हम रिलेशनशिप इटसेल्फ, व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज कनेक्शन, संबंध. परिचय के साथ साथ संबंध बहुत ज़रूरी है. सो इंट्रोडक्शन मिल गया. अब जैसे हम संबंध जोड़ते हैं उतना ज़्यादा कनेक्ट करना इजी हो जाता है. तो परमात्मा क्योंकि निराकार है, आप परमात्मा के साथ किसी भी प्रकार का संबंध जोड़ सकते हैं. बिकॉज वी आर सोशल बीइंग्स एंड ऑल्सो इमोशनल बीइंग्स, सो आई कैन कनेक्ट टू गॉड एज माई मदर, माई फादर, or my sibling, my friend, whichever relationship otherwise I feel closest and most connected and most comfortable, I can connect to God on the level of that relationship. Because otherwise the practice of meditation becomes very mechanical after some time. It's almost like you're practicing some physics experiment, one point connecting to another point, energy flowing from there to here. ये understanding के लिए तो ठीक है, लेकिन long term हम सिर्फ यही करते रहें, so it becomes very, very mechanical, because the mind has this tendency to structure everything, and then once it becomes a structure inside, then there's no experience to it. It's just very mechanical, and that is why many of you experience कि initially तो बहुत अच्छा लगता था, लेकिन करते करते अभी वो मज़ा नहीं आ रहा है मेडिटेशन में, वो नवीनता नहीं है, वो न्यूनेस नहीं है, वो अलाइवनेस नहीं है. दैट इज़ बिकॉज द इमोशनल कंटेंट इज मिसिंग. एंड बिकॉज वी आर इमोशनल बीइंग्स, सोशल बीइंग्स, इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट टू हैव दैट कनेक्ट विद गॉड. एंड प्लस गॉड इज़ नॉट जस्ट एन इमेजिन्ड एंटिटी, ही इज़ अ लिविंग सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. सो one is, yes, I understand that he is formless, he is bodiless, he is the source of energy, but also I connect to him through a relationship. So it could be a relationship of a mother. So sometimes in your meditation, you're sitting and you have this point of light emerged in front of you, and your conversation, you're in conversation with that point of light, like you would converse with your mother, like a child talks to the mother. So you don't have an agenda, कि आज मैं माँ के साथ क्या बात करूँगा. How do you connect with your mother? इट्स वेरी नेचुरल. और ज़रूरी नहीं है कि कुछ आपके लाइफ में विशेष होना चाहिए तो ही आप अपनी मम्मी के साथ बात करेंगे. यू जस्ट बहुत बहुत नॉर्मल चीज़ें हम बात करते हैं और आराम से आधे घंटे तक बात करते हैं और हमें पता भी नहीं लगता कि समय कहाँ चला गया. क्यों? क्योंकि हम उस कनेक्शन इटसेल्फ को एंजॉय कर रहे हैं. वो कंटेंट इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, क्या बात कर रहे हैं और वो माँ ने कैसा रिस्पॉन्ड किया, वो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. लेकिन वो जो एनर्जी की लेन देन है उस रिलेशनशिप में, दैट इटसेल्फ इज़ वेरी एंजॉयबल, यू नो. एंड इसलिए आधा घंटा भी हम फ़ोन पे बात करें, एंड इट्स सो नेचुरल, उसमें कोई एफर्ट नहीं लगता. और आपको कभी टेंशन होता है क्या सोच करके, ओ गॉड अभी मम्मी को फ़ोन करना पड़ेगा, आधा घंटा उससे बात करनी पड़ेगी, अनलेस ऑफ कोर्स इफ यू आर नॉट इन वेरी गुड टर्म्स विद हर, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. बट अदरवाइज इफ इट्स अ नेचुरल कनेक्शन, कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. कभी भी बीच में भी अगर फ़ोन आ जाए, उस समय अगर आप बिजी हैं तो आप क्या कहेंगे, हाँ थोड़ी देर के बाद फ़ोन करता हूँ, देन यू मेक इट अ पॉइंट टू कॉल बैक, एंड देन इट्स अ वेरी नाइस एक्सपीरियंस. इसी तरह से परमात्मा हमारी माँ भी है, हमारे पिता भी हैं, हमारे फ्रेंड भी हैं, हमारी सिबलिंग भी है, you know, any relationship for that matter, my spouse, whichever relationship I am very comfortable and I'm I feel that is like the closest and I can connect and relate to very well, उस संबंध से हम परमात्मा से बातचीत कर सकते हैं. This makes the connection very natural, and actually it's not just limited to the level of introduction, but then there starts to build a relationship, you know. So that's the second step. The third thing is, उस संबंध में फिर जितना 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 हम समीप आते जाएंगे तो उतना उस संबंध में स्नेह बढ़ता जाएगा. सो लव इज़ अ वेरी बिग फैक्टर in determining how often and how willingly you connect. जिस संबंध में प्यार होगा, स्नेह होगा, वहाँ कनेक्शन नेचुरल है. जहाँ प्यार और स्नेह नहीं है, वहाँ फोर्स्ड कनेक्शन है. तो मेडिटेशन भी एक फोर्स्ड एक्सरसाइज ना बने, यू नो, दैट वी हैव टू टेक केयर, बिकॉज वो फोर्सफुल चीज़ हम लंबे समय तक नहीं कर सकते. थोड़ी देर करेंगे, थोड़ा समय करेंगे, कुछ महीने करेंगे, फिर छोड़ देंगे, फिर कहेंगे नहीं इट्स टू मच, बिकॉज आई हैव सो मेनी थिंग्स टू डू दैट आई जस्ट कांट manage this. Why? Because I'm not enjoying the connection, because there's no sense of love in that. पर वो स्नेह कैसे बढ़ता है? ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप्स में भी अगर मैं आपसे पहली बार मिली तो पहली बार मिलने से ही वो नहीं होता है. धीरे धीरे एज आई गेट टू नो यू, आई नो डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स अबाउट योर पर्सनैलिटी, यू नो, एंड आई स्टार्ट टू रिलेट टू यू इन डिफरेंट वेज, आई स्टार्ट टू स्पेंड मोर टाइम विथ यू, देन धीरे 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 द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ लव is there, and it's more and more and more evident. Similarly, Paramatma ke saath bhi, although it's a very natural connection, but because we've been away from him and because we've been in that state of forgetfulness for so long, जैसे बिल्कुल memory lapse हो गया होता है ना, तो इतने समय तक हम अलग रहे, अब फिर से उस connection को revive करने में थोड़ा सा समय देना पड़ता है. तो उस connection में भी वो स्नेह की महसूसता हो, उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? क्या करना पड़ेगा? रेगुलरली संबंध जोड़ना पड़ेगा. कभी कभी वंस इन अ वाइल से काम नहीं चलेगा, यू नो, ट्यूसडे फ्राइडे या सारे साल में एक बार याद कर लिया, नवरात्रि के समय याद कर लिया, उससे काम नहीं चलेगा. बट इट हैज़ टू बी मोर रेगुलर, मोर फ्रीक्वेंट, बिकॉज द मोस्ट टाइम आई स्पेंड विथ यू, इवन इन ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप्स, इफ आई रियली वॉन्ट अ रिलेशनशिप टू वर्क, व्हाट डू यू डू? You spend more time, right? You spend more quality time. It's the same thing with God. You need not sit for hours together. Just a minute, I'll complete. You need not sit for hours together in meditation. That's not what spending time means. But take 5 minutes out, but do it frequently. Do it more regularly. Maybe once in a day, twice in a day, or thrice in a week, 4 times in a week, whatever is regular for you. But, you know, there should be some sort of frequency there. And the more I connect to him that way, and the more I connect to him in different relationships, make my meditation creative, then slowly there'll be that experience of love, you know, and then that connection becomes more natural. And the fourth thing in any relationship is what we call as prapti, attainment. You know, every relationship exists today because I have some attainment from that relationship. Could be material, could be physical, could be emotional, could be whatever, financial, but there is some attainment because of which that relationship exists, you know. तो ऐसे ही परमात्मा के साथ भी संबंध जोड़ करके जो हम अच्छे अनुभव करते हैं, और ऐसा हो सकता है मेडिटेशन में कि किसी दिन आपको बहुत अच्छा अनुभव हुआ और किसी दिन बिल्कुल ही कनेक्ट नहीं किया, यू नो. तो ऐसे में जब जो अच्छे अनुभव के क्षण हैं वो हम याद कर सकते हैं, उन प्राप्तियों को इमर्ज कर सकते हैं, जिससे कि फिर से हम कनेक्ट कर पाएँ. You know, it's very useful. Like, for example, when you're in a meditation center like this or in a space like this, it's quite natural that you're able to experience, you know, because already the vibrations are so conducive. Maybe when you go back and start meditating on your own, you might not have these sort of elevated experiences, but it'll help to recall these experiences so that through this you again connect. So that's just another fourth dimension to that connection. So all the four things are important. Introduction, that books can give you, television can give you, discourses it can give you, visits to Brahma Kumari centers can give you, but that's all they can give you, introduction, that's it. The other things is each one's individual personal journey. That's the whole beauty, and that is why this technique is so creative and so beautiful, and that is why everybody has an individual journey. And if you listen to the experiences of those who have been meditating for a few years, everybody will have a different journey, different experience, although they're all doing the same Raj Yoga and connecting to the same entity, but it is a different journey. So introduction आपको मिल गया, और वो तो और सोर्सेस से मिलता रहेगा, परंतु बाकी के जो 3 स्टेप है, रिलेशनशिप, दैट्स अप टू यू, किस संबंध से आप बात करते हैं, कैसे संबंध जोड़ते हैं. दूसरा स्नेह, कितना वो स्नेह है, तो कितना फ्रीक्वेंटली आप कनेक्ट करते हैं, अगेन अप टू यू. और फिर प्राप्ति, प्राप्ति जो महसूस करते हैं उसको कितनी बार सारे दिन में याद करते हैं ताकि उससे वो कनेक्शन जुड़ा रहे. तो वो तीनों स्टेप्स हमारे ऊपर है, और वो जितना हम उसको करते जाएंगे कनेक्ट करना ईजी हो जाएगा. या यू हैड अ क्वेश्चन. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe about 10 or 20 of them. And they're all there. After the point of, the session is over, they're all gone. I opened my eyes, and then the second day, what I have observed is these images started moving away to the sides, basically. And then I am able to see something black.
Yeah.
It's like Sonia.
Shouldn't.
Something very black. Then afterwards, I'm experiencing that something green is emerging, something red is emerging.
Yeah, yeah. So you want to try to figure out the meaning of those things. Well, so I'm coming to the technique part of it, that what to do and what not to do, and I'll be covering that question. But just to answer your question quickly, that is fine, because see, again, visualization is just a suggested tool. But it does not necessarily work for everyone. Not everybody has a photographic memory. Some of us are used to sort of seeing things and then being able to connect to it. Like for me, for example, I can't visualize at all. And I never visualize a point of light shining, nothing, because it just doesn't work for me. For me, it's more the experience of peace that I experience in meditation, which helps me to stay connected. So it's fine. Not everybody has that sort of photographic memory. So visualization is a powerful suggested tool because it works for majority. But if it doesn't work for you, or if you're having trouble visualizing, I would suggest that don't spend too much time in trying to get that image of that point of light. Because then all your meditation is gone in trying to create some mental image, and you're not really connecting. So agar aapko nahi bhi dikhai deta hai, it is fine, just leave it. Focus your attention on what is being spoken and let your mind, be in that direction of what is being spoken, and you try to experience accordingly. You see? So that's one thing. And why are you able to see all these different unrelated images is because there are many things stored in the subconscious. And when you actually close your eyes, sometimes those things just emerge up. So sometimes it would be images, like you explained, sometimes some colors, which is fine. You don't need to really pay too much attention to it. It's okay. आप आँख बंद करें, उसके ऊपर ध्यान ना दें, और जो बोला जा रहा है, कमेंट्री हो रही है, उस पर अटेंशन अगर देंगे तो धीरे धीरे वो ठीक हो जाएगा. माना उसका प्रभाव, या that will not disturb your meditation, so which is fine. So yeah, let me just finish the technique, and then you can, because your questions will be related to the technique. So now coming to the technique, जिसको हम विधि बोलते हैं. ये जो 4 बातें हमने आपको बताई वो आधार है, उसके आधार से कनेक्शन जोड़ते हैं. अब उसकी विधि क्या है? So the first thing is what we just did. Of course, when you sit, you relax your mind and then you think about who am I and then connect. अब इसके अलावा कुछ और भी preparations हैं जो important है. Posture, कौन से posture पे बैठना चाहिए. तो आइडियली जैसे मैं आपको बता रही थी कि इसको हम कहते हैं सहज राजयोग। तो सहज का मतलब है शरीर को कोई तकलीफ देने की बात नहीं है, आप आराम से बैठें, जो पोस्चर आपको सबसे कंफर्टेबल लगता हो और आप समझते हैं कि कम से कम 5 मिनट बिना हिले आप उस पोजीशन में बैठ सकते हैं, आप वो पोजीशन में बैठें। अगर आपको कुर्सी पे बैठना अच्छा लगता हो तो आप कुर्सी पे बैठें, अगर आप नीचे सहज 5 मिनट बैठ सकते हैं नीचे बैठ सकते हैं। सो वॉट एवर यू आर वेरी कंफर्टेबल विद, you select accordingly. But like I said, backbone straight in the sense that it's not stooping, and don't hold on to anything. Let the body be very relaxed. Let there be no tension in any part of the body, and in a very, very comfortable position you sit. So that's one thing about posture. So it's not, there's no hard and fast rule that this is the posture that is necessary for meditation. However, my personal experience, it could be different for different people, it has been that when I sit down on the floor, then I'm able to concentrate better. It's just because the body is like more straight, and somehow I'm more alert. So usually when I sit for my morning meditations, I prefer to sit on the floor, not directly on the floor, पर कुछ ना कुछ बिछा करके उसके ऊपर बैठ सकते हैं। तो अगर वो सहज लगता हो तो आप वो करें, नहीं आपको चेयर या सोफे पे बैठकर ज़्यादा इजी लगता हो तो वो भी ठीक है, उसमें कोई हर्जा नहीं है। दैट्स वन थिंग। दूसरी चीज़, आंखें खुली रखनी चाहिए या बंद रखनी चाहिए? बिग क्वेश्चन, वी हैड मेनी पीपल आस्किंग दैट क्वेश्चन। Technically, in the process or the technique of Raj Yoga, it is recommended that you do it open-eyed. That's why it's called open-eyed meditation. The reason for that is because eventually the whole aim of Raj Yoga is to make meditation a part of your lifestyle. So you want to be doing your daily actions and yet be in that meditative state, yet be very connected. So because it's such a natural thing, शुरू से ही अगर ऐसा प्रैक्टिस होगा कि आंखें खोल के हम कनेक्ट करें, तो फिर चलते फिरते भी वो कनेक्शन हमारा जुड़ सकता है। अगर मेरे को शुरू से आदत ही ये है कि जब मैं आंखें बंद करूं तो ही मैं कनेक्ट कर सकती हूं, तो फिर चलते फिरते मैं ऑफिस में बैठी हूं या कुछ कर रही हूं, उस समय कनेक्शन difficult होगा, and every time it's not possible for me to close my eyes, sit in a certain posture and and then only connect. So इसीलिए we don't want to limit ourselves to that. That's why it is suggested that you open your eyes and connect. दूसरी चीज़, राजयोग, योग का दूसरा शब्द है याद. The synonym of this word yog also means याद, किसी को याद करना, because याद करना is also connection. मैं यहाँ बैठी हूँ, अपनी मदर को याद कर रही हूँ, वो बहुत मील दूर बैठी है मेरे से, लेकिन आई कैन सिट हियर एंड एक्सपीरियंस हर प्रेजेंस, नो, इफ़ आई बी मेंटली कनेक्टेड टू हर. और अगर वो कनेक्शन बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो हो सकता है उनका फ़ोन ही आ जाए, बिकॉज दैट विल रीच हर. नहीं, टेलीपैथी जिसको हम कहते हैं, कई बार हमने अनुभव किया है. तो थॉट्स से हम किसी को भी याद कर सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पर भी हम क्या कर रहे हैं, यहाँ बैठे हैं लेकिन अपने थॉट्स से परम धाम में बैठे हुए परमात्मा को याद कर रहे हैं. तो याद करना एक स्वाभाविक चीज़ है, एक नेचुरल चीज़ है. तो भी मेरे को अपनी मदर को याद करना है या फादर को याद करना है या सिस्टर को याद करना है, तो उसकी फ़ोटो की ज़रूरत नहीं है सामने, बिना उसके भी मैं याद कर सकती हूँ. दूसरा, आँख बंद नहीं भी हो, मैं आपको देख रही हूँ लेकिन याद किसी और को कर सकती हूँ ना. द माइंड इज़ केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग दैट वेरी वेल. जहाँ कनेक्शन, जहाँ उसको रस आता होगा, वो अपने आप ही वहाँ खींच के चला जाता है. तो क्योंकि ये भी इतना नेचुरल है, मैं अपने पिता परमात्मा को याद कर रही हूँ, कोई एलियन चीज़ नहीं है वो. वो मेरा पिता है जिसके साथ मेरा अनादि अविनाशी संबंध है. इट इज़ सच अ नेचुरल कनेक्शन, और उसको याद कर रही हूँ. इसीलिए मुझे आँख बंद करके स्पेसिफिकली कोई पॉइंट ऑफ लाइट का चित्र सामने रख के याद करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. वो नेचुरल है, आंखें खुली है, आपको देख रही हूँ, फिर भी मन से उस परमात्मा की याद में मैं बैठ सकती हूँ. दैट इज़ पॉसिबल. सो बिकॉज इट इज़ सच अ नेचुरल टेक्निक, हम आंखें खोल के याद करने का प्रयास करते हैं. इट्स प्रिस्क्राइब्ड दैट यू कीप योर आइज ओपन. द थर्ड रीज़न इज़, लाइक मोस्ट ऑफ यू सेड, दैट अगर आंखें बंद है तो नींद जल्दी आ जाती है. आपको मालूम भी नहीं पड़ेगा when you will doze off, because most of us are deprived of good sleep. तो as soon as the mind goes into that relaxation mode, पता ही नहीं लगेगा कब हम सो गए. तो and because the purpose of meditation, although it's okay in the beginning, but the purpose of meditation is not to go to sleep. Yeah. So इसलिए हम आंखें खुली रखते हैं ताकि you're a little alert and you don't just doze off टू स्लीप. सो आंखें खुली रखने से वो भी एक फ़ायदा मिल जाता है कि एकदम से ऐसे नींद नहीं आती है. तो बट हैविंग सेड ऑल ऑफ दिस, यू नो, yet in the beginning if you feel that आंखें खोल के कनेक्ट करना डिफ़िकल्ट है, लाइक यू वर सेइंग कि डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं हम बिकॉज यू गेट कॉट अप इन वॉट यू सी, देन इट्स परफेक्टली ओके टू कीप योर आईज क्लोज्ड and practice in the beginning until you get a hang of it and you're able to experience, able to connect, and then slowly what you can do is keep your eyes open and practice, you know. So that can be done gradually. तो शुरू में आप आंखें बेशक बंद करें, थोड़ी देर के लिए बैठें, प्रैक्टिस करें, एंड देन थोड़े समय के बाद हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि अगर हम 10 मिनट बैठे हैं तो शुरू में हमने आंखें बंद कर ली, देन व्हेन आई एम कनेक्टेड थोड़ा सा हम आंखें खोल के प्रैक्टिस करें, दैट इफ़ आई एम एबल टू सस्टेन दैट एक्सपीरियंस एंड कनेक्शन इवन इफ़ आई ओपन माई आइज, यू नो. फिर ऐसे करते 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 धीरे धीरे हम आंखें खोल के प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. यस. हाउ डज वॉट? या आई विल टॉक अबाउट दैट ऑल्सो. सो दैट्स अबाउट आंखें खोल के रखना चाहिए, बंद करके रखना चाहिए. नाउ व्हाट इज़ द टाइम फॉर मेडिटेशन? सो थ्रू आउट द डे एनी टाइम यू गेट इज़ द गुड टाइम, you know. So there's no hard and fast rule के इसी टाइम पे बैठना है, उसी टाइम पे बैठना है. But having said that, early morning 4 to 4:45, in fact 3:30 to 5 is that time which is called as Brahma Muhurat, you know, जिसको हम अमृत वेला कहते हैं, नेक्टर टाइम कहते हैं. तो भक्ति में भी हमने देखा है कि बहुत सारे बड़े मंदिर जिसका फर्स्ट दर्शन होता है वो उसी टाइम 3-3:30 बजे के आसपास होता है. ऐसे ही हमारे जो मुसलमान भाई बहनें नमाज़ पढ़ते हैं, वो जो पहला नमाज होता है वो भी 4-4:30 के आसपास होता है. तो वो समय का वैसे भी बहुत महत्व है. और क्योंकि उस समय पर रिलीजियस एक्टिविटीज़ भी होती हैं, तो वाइब्रेशन में भी, भले कहीं पर भी हो रहा हो, आपके घर में नहीं भी हो रहा हो, लेकिन वाइब्रेशन में, एटमॉस्फेयर में वो भावनाएं जागृत हैं. इसलिए उस समय पर बैठ करके परमात्मा को याद करना वो बहुत अच्छा माना जाता है. दूसरा, यूजुअली हमारी जो दिनचर्या है वो 8-8:30 बजे के बाद या 7 बजे के बाद शुरू होती है. एंड अर्ली मॉर्निंग बहुत थोड़े लोग ऐसे होंगे, अनलेस यू आर वर्किंग इन शिफ्ट्स और समथिंग, जिसको 4 बजे उठ के कुछ काम करना होगा, यू नो. अदरवाइज नॉर्मली उस टाइम तो हम सोए होते ही हैं. तो वो टाइम हमारा माइंड जो है वो रिलेटिवली फ्री है. इफ़ आई हैव टू लीव फॉर वर्क एट से 8 o'clock एंड इफ़ आई एम सिटिंग फॉर मेडिटेशन एट 7:45, you know, it's very unlikely that I'll be able to connect because you know that anxiety automatically increases. abhi 8 baje nikalna hai, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, wo karna hai. It's not a very good idea to do that. So mind ko relatively, you know, to keep it free, wo 4 to 4:45 ke beech mein the mind is relatively free and available to connect to the self and to God. And so that is why also it's a good time to meditate. The third thing is also biologically, they say that there are some hormones that get secreted in the body during those hours which increases the concentration levels. And isiliye it is recommended, earlier days mein in your childhood you would remember that we were told कि आप जल्दी सो जाओ और सुबह जल्दी उठ करके पढ़ाई करो. तो जल्दी उठ के जो पढ़ते थे वो याद भी रहता था. तो क्योंकि उस समय कंसंट्रेशन लेवल्स आर हायर बिकॉज द माइंड इज़ मोर फ्रेश एंड मोर रिलैक्स्ड, तो इसलिए भी उस समय बैठ करके परमात्मा को याद करते हैं तो कनेक्ट हम अच्छी तरह से कर सकते हैं. और ये परमात्मा के ही महावाक्य है कि उस समय हम कहते हैं वो वरदानी समय है. Because I'm able to connect well, I'm able to receive more from God also. So that is why that early morning meditation, that time is very good for connection. However, we would not recommend that if you're not used to getting up early, then suddenly 4 बजे उठना थोड़ा सा difficult हो सकता है, considering that you have a long day ahead, and you know, just to make sure that your body clock does not get disturbed. So what is a good thing to do is, आप जितने भी बजे उठते हैं 15 मिनट या आधा घंटा उससे पहले उठें और फिर 2-3 महीने वैसे करें till your body clock is adjusted. So suppose your normal time of rising is 7 o'clock. So when you go back, start rising at 6:30 because half an hour is not a big thing. 6:30 बजे आप उठें, फिर 1-2 महीने 6:30 बजे उठ करके योग करके देखें कैसे. फिर जब वो सेट हो जाएगा फिर 6 बजे करें. ऐसे करते करते धीरे धीरे over a period of a few months you can start getting up at 4 o'clock. And if you feel you're comfortable getting up at 4 and it's not a big deal and you're able to manage, the body is able to cope up, then that is also okay. But it's a very recommended thing to get up at 4. And after you do meditation from 4 to quarter to 5, and if you want to rest after that, even that is fine. You know, suppose you have a long day ahead, थोड़ी देर आप समझते हैं कि थोड़ा उसके बाद रेस्ट करना है. Yeah, exactly. So what else will you do? Yeah, so you can go back to sleep after that. Even that's okay. There's no harm in it as such. You get up at 4, practice meditation for some time, and then if you want to rest, you can go back and rest. So that's okay. So these are a few recommended things. Apart from that, there's nothing as such hard and fast for meditation. But like I said, the bottom line is regularity. So what I'd recommend is when you go back, connect to the closest Brahmakumari center in your area and spend 1 hour each day. Go to the center for 7 days, learn the technique of meditation, and apart from meditation, various other things around karma philosophy, around the purpose of life, around, why have I come here and where do I go? All of these things will be clarified in those 7 days of Raj Yoga. So you have the complete knowledge inside, and then it becomes easy to meditate. When your questions are cleared, it just becomes easy to focus. And the other thing is, even if you have some questions that are not answered, it'll get answered automatically. Yes, so that's fine. Don't bother about those questions. But it's good that you learn the technique properly and start meditating. चाहे 10 मिनट समय निकाल करके रोज़ उसको प्रैक्टिस करें. और अगर रोज़ सेंटर पर जा सकते हैं इवन आफ्टर द कोर्स, दैट इज़ ग्रेट. बिकॉज क्या है, हर सेंटर पे एक मेडिटेशन रूम बना हुआ है. तो इनिशियली जब हम मेडिटेट करना शुरू करते हैं, सेंटर पर बैठ के मेडिटेशन करने का बहुत फ़ायदा होता है, क्योंकि वहाँ के एटमॉस्फेयर में और घर के एटमॉस्फेयर में फ़र्क होता है. तो अगर सेंटर नज़दीक है और आपकी दिनचर्या के अनुसार आप रोज़ जा कर के मेडिटेशन वहाँ कर सकते हैं, तो वो बहुत अच्छा है. सेंटर पर जाएं, थोड़ा सा 15 मिनट 20 मिनट मेडिटेशन करें, थोड़ा 15-20 मिनट अच्छे वर्जन्स जिसको हम मुरली कहते हैं, वो भी हम आपको बताएंगे कि वो क्या है, वो थोड़ा सा सुने, एंड देन यू गो टू डूइंग वॉट एवर यू डू. अगर ये रूटीन आप 2 महीने तक लगातार करते हैं, you will see that this has become a part of your lifestyle and it's not difficult or challenging anymore to apply any of these concepts to your daily life, because it's just become very natural. And if you feel that going to the center every day is a little bit too much, supposing if the center is far off or if you need to start your day really early, then at least what you do is practice 10 minutes, 15 minutes of meditation in the morning before you begin at home itself. And then maybe once in a week, twice in a week, whatever is feasible, definitely go to the center, so that connection is maintained. Because otherwise what tends to happen is the energy fizzles out. हम करते हैं अपने हिसाब से, थोड़े दिन के लिए करेंगे, फिर वो छूट जाता है कहीं ना कहीं, बिकॉज यू गेट सो कॉट अप इन अदर थिंग्स. सो इसीलिए सेंटर पर जाने से वो कनेक्शन बना रहेगा. एंड इवन इफ यू फील दैट यू आर सॉर्ट ऑफ फिजलिंग आउट, यू गो टू द सेंटर, यू बिकम री एनर्जाइज्ड अगेन. सो that's very, very useful. At least in the beginning, for the first 2 months, it is very useful to stay connected with a local center, and with the help of that, then practice meditation every day. And what is the Murli? Murli is these spiritual versions that is read out in our centers every day, because once you finish the 7-day course, like for example, you came to Mount Abu and you had listened to so much of Sister Shivani and all of this, how much of it will you really remember when you go back is a question. You take back some things and you probably register that, but it's not कि हर चीज़ याद रहे. And if you supposing अगर आप कुछ भी बिल्कुल ही out of touch हैं, तो फिर थोड़े समय के बाद सब कुछ ही भूल जाएगा, कुछ भी याद नहीं रहेगा. तो मेडिटेशन को भी अलाइव रखने के लिए ये नॉलेज दैट आई एम द सोल एंड परमात्मा निराकार हैं, एंड माई कनेक्शन विथ माई सेल्फ, रिलेशनशिप विथ गॉड, एंड ऑल्सो कर्मा थियोरी, ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, ये नॉलेज भी फ्रेश रहे माइंड में, वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगर वो भूल जाता है तो, बिकॉज दैट इज़ द फाउंडेशन फॉर मेडिटेशन. Ultimately, why am I meditating? To improve the quality of my life. So improvement of the quality of my life requires meditation, because meditation will give me the power. But power for what? Power to put into practice all the good thoughts that I've heard. So it's important to remember those thoughts so that I can start practicing them. For example, yesterday you heard a very beautiful talk around karma theory and karma philosophy. So now to get that into practice in your everyday life, you need to remember it also. Otherwise you get lost, get caught up in your, in doing actions, and you completely forget the theory of karma and how it works and all of that. So to keep that alive, in the Murli what happens is every day we read out these versions. यहाँ भी आप देखते होंगे ऊपर वो क्लास चलती है, यहाँ दूसरा चलता है. तो उसमें क्या होता है, जो कुछ भी आपने 7 दिन के कोर्स में सीखा, वो उसकी कोई ना कोई एक बात को मुरली में रिवाइज किया जाता है. कभी आत्मा के बारे में होगा, कभी परमात्मा के बारे में, कभी कर्मा थियरी के बारे में, कभी पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ के बारे में. कुछ ना कुछ एक बात को मुरली में ली जाती है, उसको रिवाइज किया जाता है. दूसरा, मेडिटेशन एक्सपीरियंस को बढ़ाने के लिए कोई बहुत यूज़फुल टिप्स उसके अंदर मुरली में आती है. तो वो सुन करके फिर जब हम मेडिटेट करते हैं, वो बहुत यूज़फुल इनपुट हो जाता है और उससे मेडिटेशन करना सहज हो जाता है. सो इस रूप से आपने पूछा ना कि मुरली कैसे बेनिफिशियल है, तो इसलिए मुरली सुन करके अगर योग करते हैं तो वो बहुत यूज़फुल हो जाता है. अब बाकी तो मुरली ऑनलाइन भी अवेलेबल है, सब कुछ है, बट रेकमेंडेड ये है क्योंकि अगर हम अपने आप ही उसको पढ़ने की कोशिश करते तो हमें समझ में नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि उसकी लैंग्वेज थोड़ी डिफरेंट है. तो इसीलिए रेकमेंडेड प्रैक्टिस ये है कि अगर आप सेंटर पर जा सकते हैं तो बहुत अच्छा, रोज़ नहीं जा सकते हैं तो कम से कम हफ्ते में 1 बार 2 बार तो ज़रूर जाएं, और 2 महीने तक लगातार इसको कंटिन्यू रखें. फिर आप अपने आप को चेक करें और देखें. इफ़ यू हैव बेनिफिटेड, you will automatically continue, and if you feel that it's not beneficial, तो वो अपने आप ही छूट जाएगा. पर 2 महीने अपने आप को समय दे करके इसको रेगुलरली करके देखें, तब हम इसका पूरा लाभ ले सकते हैं. राइट? Yeah, that's what I said. See, the thing is, you can't have answers to these questions because spirituality is the truth, and so you can't really use logic to answer your questions. What the logical mind tends to do is we always want logical reasoning and explanation to give us, because we're seeking for proof of things, What is the proof that the soul exists, for example? That was one question the other day that came up from here, which is okay. It's not wrong to ask questions, but don't wait for logical explanations before you start practice. Because the thing is, you will require logic only until you experience. Once you have the experience of something, then the need for a logical reasoning automatically ceases. Like I have experienced that sugar is sweet. So I don't need a logical explanation or proof ki please prove to me that sweetness is the property of sugar. I don't need it because I've experienced it. So similarly, many answers that we are seeking around even existence of the soul and supreme soul, all of that, even if it's not logically convincing at this point, that's fine. Start off with the technique, practice. Once you begin to experience, then you will not really seek logical explanations to these things. So yes, if you have questions, ask, and to whatever extent your questions can be answered, some of the questions get answered through the Murli itself, some the sister will be able to answer. So whatever answers you get, good enough, but there will still be many things that are unanswered. But over a period of time, as you experience, as you explore the depths of your own self, a lot of answers come to you. That happens in life also, no? In earlier ages, you would have questions which probably have got answered now through experience. It's the same thing on a spiritual journey also. So that's fine. If you have questions, good. But don't get caught up in the questions and stop practicing because I have questions. That is the mistake that we tend to make, and we get caught up there. You can. It is freely available for download. But like I said, if you are not a regular listener, then it's good to go to the center and listen through the sister with the explanation so that you understand what is there. If you try to download and read, it's just like reading something and you will hardly understand what is there. Yeah. Over a period of time, once you begin to understand it properly, फिर आप उसको ऑनलाइन से डाउनलोड करके पढ़ सकते हैं अपने आप ही. In English, Hindi, in all languages, Tamil, Malayalam, बहुत सारे भाषाओं में उसको ट्रांसलेट किया जाता है, even foreign languages. Any other question? Yes? Yeah, yeah. It's okay. It's part of the process. It's okay. It'll happen. But let it happen. Just keep practicing. You'll get it right. Even for experienced meditators, like we've been meditating for, I've been meditating for 15 years. पर अभी भी if I sit in meditation, ऐसा नहीं है कि रोज एक जैसा ही connection होता है. Some days I have a great experience. Some days I have trouble. Like I have some thoughts coming in between. तो ये होता है because it's part of the process. But it is okay. Because ultimately once you learn to draw power and energy, then you keep going and it's fine. So sometimes it'll be ऊपर नीचे, कभी एकदम अच्छा भी होगा, but as you keep doing it, it'll become natural. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, to do it gradually. Take your own time. See if it suits you. For some people, it might take years to do that. Some people, they don't need that much sleep, so they can get up easily. इसमें भी ऐसे कई होंगे जो अभी जाते ही 4 बजे उठना शुरू कर देंगे, and their cycle will go fine. See, this depends very much on what my body can adjust to. So आप जितने भी बजे उठते हैं, फिलहाल आप उतने ही बजे उठना और थोड़ा 10-15 मिनट जल्दी उठना, so that you make that time for meditation और मेडिटेट करना. और जब तक आपको वो कंफर्टेबल लगे, फिर अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ मैं थोड़ा 15-20 मिनट और जल्दी उठ सकता हूँ, तो थोड़ा सा उसको प्रीपोन करें. ऐसे करते करते धीरे धीरे हम इसको कर सकते हैं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन वॉट एवर. देयर इज़ नो हार्ड एंड फास्ट थिंग कि कल से ही मुझे उठना है या 1 महीने के बाद उठना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. जैसा आपका शरीर कंफर्टेबल फील करे, आप उसको वैसे करना. इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि चाहे आप 8 बजे भी उठें, लेकिन मेडिटेट करना ज़रूर. Incorporate, embed that in your practice, in your daily life. Yes.
I wanted to describe how you felt when you had the best meditation.
Wow, that's a great question. The feeling is of, one is, it's impossible to describe an experience, because when you put an experience into words, it becomes pretty structured, and it's not what it really is. You can't really describe it in words. But yes, to get something closer to what I really felt, it is this magnetic pull, where I'm not making any effort to connect, to think, to even say that, oh, you're my mother, you're my father. Nothing, no thoughts. Absolutely that magnetic pull of the ocean of love, and I'm just sort of merged in the ocean. And it's just that feeling of oneness with the Supreme. Absolutely. So there's no thoughts, or even if there are, then I'm not aware of those thoughts. And it's a very powerful stage of complete union, oneness with the ocean. That's the experience when it's at the best. Yeah. Anything else? You had a question? Yeah. Great. It's good to do it before. Good to do it before, because वो नींद वाली चीज़ भी solve हो जाएगी उसमें. Because when you're exercising and then sitting for meditation, you're really fresh, and then it's good to do your aerobics or walking or whatever you do before, and then meditate. Okay, so we'll close with another 5-7 minutes of meditation again, and again the same 3 steps. Step 1, relaxation. Step 2, considering yourself to be a soul. And now we'll do the step 3 also, where we connect to the Supreme. Focus your attention on your breathing And take deep breaths. Gently, as you breathe in, allow the vibrations of peace and purity from this atmosphere to go within. And as you breathe out, just let go of anything that you have been holding on to. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and let go. Breathe in and let go. This is my opportunity to be completely with myself and be totally aware of my breath as I gently breathe in and breathe out. Slowly and gradually, I feel the mind and the body to be at peace and completely relaxed. Every cell, every muscle, every organ of the body is at peace and totally relaxed. As I sit in this sacred space, let me now ask myself, who am I? I have this honest desire to experience and connect with my true self. So let that emerge. Be aware of yourself as a tiny point of light energy, a point of peace sparkling at the center of the forehead. Absolutely peaceful and pure. This is who I am. Become aware of yourself as this magnificent being of energy, which is so light and yet so radiant and powerful. I am this being, separate from the body, but animating this entity called the body. From this space, I can see my body as just being a combination of the 5 elements. And I, the being, am the master of my mind and this body. The peace that I have been searching for actually lies within me. I am peace. Peace is my nature, my true, real nature. Allow the energy of peace to emerge from our foreheads and spread all around in this atmosphere, creating an aura of peace and purity. And now, in this realization of my true self, I have this urge to connect to the Supreme Source, the universal source of energy, God, Almighty, my Father. See this beautiful, radiant point of light in front of you. God, the ocean of love and peace, is right in front of me. And just as I can feel the warmth and the rays of the sun onto my body, similarly, I, the soul, am in front of my Supreme Father, and I can feel His rays of love and peace falling onto me. God's love is healing and empowering. I experience these rays from this ocean of love and peace to enter into myself and also into every part of this body, energizing every cell in the body. It has been a very long time that I have been seeking love, pure love, in my relationships, through other people, and have seldom found it. Now is the time to reconnect to this supreme beautiful source of love and fill yourself with pure love. Love that is unconditional. Love that is beyond expectations. And love that is so accepting of me as the way I really am. Just spend a few moments in the experience of this connection with God, my Father. Gradually, bring yourself back to the awareness of the present, this body, and the space around you, yet maintaining the experience of inner peace and love. Om Shanti.